Today, KOMO Steve McCarron and Kelly Koopman spoke to U.S. Representative Marilyn Strickland about how federal cuts are impacting Western Washington.
What I'm hearing from my constituents is that they are scared. Their fear is turning into anger, and they just really don't understand what's happening, especially when President Trump ran on the promise of lowering costs, dealing with the cost of living and all the things that people are really concerned about. I will also say this too, because of my district and its makeup, a lot of military veterans are employed at some of these federal agencies. So in addition to disrespecting the people who have served our country and are now employed by, say, the Veterans Administration and other federal agencies, it just doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
Just as you mentioned right there, these military areas, part of Pierce and Thurston counties, bracing for potentially more cuts impacting military spending. What would you like to be seen done here? And what are you hearing from people in terms of how they're bracing for it?
I mean, I think that people are looking at their savings accounts. They're looking at the fact that, they have to pay mortgages, they have to pay rent. A lot of them have different types of, bills and financial obligations. I will also say, too, though, as you think about this whole idea of improving government efficiency, I don't think there's anyone who's against that. But you can't arbitrarily go into agencies that you know nothing about, slash jobs, and then end up saying, oh, wait a minute, I didn't mean to do that. And so, government efficiency is something that everyone should strive for. And I think the people who work in the federal government do that. The number of federal employees, by the way, has been pretty steady since the 60s. So it's not as though there are all these people working in government who don't belong there. But the question for me becomes, if we're going to be efficient, then do it in a thoughtful way. What is your goal, for example? Do you want to decrease wait times that veterans have to endure when they're trying to get an appointment? How do you work backwards from that? But this arbitrary cutting of government employees, demonizing public servants who keep us safe, who make sure our water is clean, who keep us safe when we do air travel, who serve veterans, all these very important public functions, those are jobs that should be respected. And to arbitrarily cut people hurts our livelihoods. It's bad for the economy, and it's just bad public policy.
To see the entire interview with Representative Strickland, scan the QR code on your screen. It'll create a link to take you directly to the Connect to Congress page on our website, KOMOnews.com.